Oh, it's over.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm so sad. Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 7, Episode 12, the Lip Syncing LalaPaRuza.
Yeah.
Are we calling it that again?
Extravaganza probably is in there somewhere.
It's the finale. We don't need to worry about it. You may have noticed that we are not in our typical setting, which we are very bummed about because I really wanted to react to this one. This was a good react episode. Yeah. And on that note, I technically didn't watch the runway, so when we go back, I kind of saw like what they were wearing a little bit, but we can watch the runway and that'll be that. But no, we definitely wanted to do a reaction, but Kristen has COVID. Like real COVID.
Well, I got it.
2.5 years, and I got it. I don't like it. It sucks real bad.
At my birthday, where we were sharing food and drinks, and I didn't get it, but that checks actually.
Who knows?
So we're gonna make this do.
Yep.
This was actually a really fun episode. It was really good. Our big issue with lip syncs is that we find them to be so subjective.
Yeah.
And there was, spoilers from here on out, just conversation, all that, yada, yada. I went into this thinking Jinx was going to win, and I knew she was going to win by the end, especially because when they did that, when Ru was announcing it, there was a clearly ADR'd line where she specified that they were basing it on the lip sync and the competition as a whole.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I think Monet probably took.
Yeah, probably. But I mean,
there was that kind of.
There was a little bit of that energy. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too for me about lip syncs is that it is subjective, and it's very subjective to RuPaul specifically. So it's like, do you really think that Michelle and Carson and Ross all have an equal percentage of the vote up there?
No, they really don't.
Yeah.
They're just there to sort of fill in time.
Yeah.
Because I think Ru says the decision is hers and hers alone. But that's the issue, or that's at this point, 5th issue I have with lip syncs, is sometimes I'm not sure what they're looking for because it varies by queen, it varies by song, it varies by, because sometimes I've gathered that typically they don't want you to be too stunty. Like they don't want you to be too many tricks and stuff like that. And they don't want it to feel really reverse engineered. And there's sometimes where it's like there was a handful of times with, actually the first we had Vivian and Evie were lip syncing to Push It. And Vivian was doing way more comedy and Evie was doing way more sort of like tricks and stuff.
Right.
And I think that it's really interesting seeing where the balances lie and all of that. I was going to touch on a few things. They did a Soul Train quick drag. That was very funny.
It was very funny.
This episode in general was very celebratory. The whole thing.
It was. I actually because I was going to say, don't have a ton to actually say about the episode because it was one runway and then a billion lip syncs. But it was really sweet the way that they were all just sort of I love this. I love all of you. This has been such a fun experience. And then all of the queens got ordained or what? Not ordained. What's the word that they were calling it?
I don't remember, but they were given titles
Dubbed.
And and they were given scepters and stuff.
It was so cute. I loved it. It was a really fun, nice, just sort of victory lap. I thought it was great.
It was a victory lap for a victory lap for a victory lap.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But it was, I loved it. I did think that this was a pretty spectacular look for Ru.
Oh my God, I gasped when she came out.
Did you?
I did. I was like, oh!
I was afraid you were going to think it was too much. It was.
Well, it's sure, but not for the finale. It's appropriate for the finale, but it's just that gingham nonsense from a week or two ago. That was too much.
It was just so, I don't know, it was so kooky. I loved the color story.
Yeah.
I loved the yellow wig, and it was
And
like
her
a
eyeshadow
yellow
again.
with all the
It's
jewels.
incredible.
That's
Incredible.
apparently really in. But we had a truly insane musical number with killer clowns and
What the hell?
leave that shit to her song Smile. Whoever showed RuPaul Charlie XCX, I mean, just straight to the gallows.
You know, just straight to jail.
And then I commented, holy hell, from the pit crew.
Yeah.
I think I owe Bruno money. When they were, I have never seen them in such shiny little.
That's not a free show, man. What do you charge for that?
So they did the She Done Already Had Hers Is, which was very cute. Like I said, Vivian and Evie danced to Push It. Evie won that. As I recall, I was I just like everybody. So I'm just, I don't know. I think that felt good. We had Jada and Raja to Let's Hear It for the Boy. When Raja wins this one, which seems right. Yeah. I have only been like medium with Raja's lip syncs.
Sure.
But she just is that bitch.
She is so that bitch. And like, not to jump too far ahead, but like, your girl deserves 50 grand. So
I'm saying, like, part of me, I don't know. I was fine with it. I really enjoy where so many of the pieces landed. And I mean, I think that this is going to be a win for everybody. Like, I think everybody's gonna come out.
You know what was interesting to me too? I didn't notice it till like way towards the end, or maybe like even in Untucked, but like I was getting a real like last day of summer camp or like last day of high school vibe from a lot of the girls. And they just all kept making comments that were like, you know, this might very well be the last time I'm ever on this stage. And I was like, well, none of you are dying. And then I was like, why would you ever come back after this? Like, this is like a victory lap for these.
I mean, because Trixie has said that she's like, I'll come back and like judge or like do like a routine or something. But she was like, you don't want to tarnish your legacy. And also it's hard. It's mentally, physically, emotionally exhausting. None of them are getting any younger. And also you don't want to like, it's expensive too. Yeah. Like,
I just like didn't clock it until that moment where I was like, where else? What are you just going to do another regular All-Stars after this? Like, where's the fun in that?
Well, some of the younger ones, like, I feel like we haven't seen the last of like Jada or Vivian.
Well, sure, but that's also, I mean, like, you know, that's kind of why they both got their little scepters, too. So it's like, they've got something, and they can always come back for something else, but, like, they've got a whole thing ahead of them. Like, Raja's really not going to get any younger. She could use 50 grand.
We had Jinx and Shay lip-syncing to Judas. This one was very interesting. Yeah. Because Shay was doing like 2010 Lady Gaga, and I think it's fascinating. I mean, not since, well, Beyonce, Britney, and then Madonna before her, do I think a queen has been so pervasive and so synonymous that the choreography is part of the song. Sure. Like, Shay and Jinx were both doing the Judas choreography. Yeah. And I don't think that they were like, I think it just happens.
Just goes,
you know?
Yeah.
And that's just very Single Ladies. That's very Oops, I Did It Again. You know, It's like, I think that's fascinating. And like I said, I think that Shay was probably doing the best Lady Gaga, but Jinx was doing Judas.
Sure.
The second, her whole thing.
Yeah.
And the second Jinx hit the floor and pushed herself away to the lyrics.
It's so good. She's good. She's really good.
I was like, oh man, it's over. At that point, I was like, okay, this is how this is going down. Trinity versus Monet to So What by Pink.
Okay, a couple of these songs were out of pocket and it was this one, and it was Swish Swish. Out of pocket. What are we doing, y'all?
When Swish Swish started, I was like, no.
No.
No, we're not.
Who sampled Swish Swish? It's gotta be that instead. There's no way they're actually playing this fucking song in the finale of the RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars All-Winner season. There's no way.
So the so what, for me, that works for Trinity.
Sure. Well, it works for Trinity, but also they also like edited it to within an inch of its life, or like what we saw.
Well, they couldn't show Monet topping Trinity on live TV.
Not even that. The song itself.
Oh yeah.
It was like skipping into verses, and I was like, show one verse, like.
Well, also that's the song that I didn't clock if it was edited, but I remember the first time Will heard that on the radio, and he was like, "How is this even a single?" Because every other word is shit or fuck, like. But no, yeah.
It was very choppy, like listening to a rap song on the radio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This was another one where I actually think, judging by the lip sync itself, I think Trinity won. I think the balance she was doing between comedy and actual like stunt and stuff.
Sure.
Was interesting. Although, like I said, that Monet, we love when they come together. Yeah. And they came together.
In more ways than one.
And their whole thing is just so fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really sort of. Then we had Raja and Evie. The sisters are doing it for themselves. I did not know that was Annie Lennox and Aretha Franklin.
Me neither. I like this song. This is not one of the ones that was out of pocket.
No.
It worked amazingly.
I gagged when Evie lost the wig.
Yeah.
Like, I bought it like I did with Lady Camden.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm fine with this, but it was purely Raja's seniority.
Oh, for sure. I mean, of course. But again, like I said, she could use 50K.
I have so many takeaways. That was one of the questions I was going to ask you. I was going to be like, what's your takeaway from the season? And I've got like 9. But
yeah.
I just sort of, when we started this off, I said pretty boastfully that I thought Evie was in a little over her head. And she really showed. So
she did. I would say, I would still argue technically yes. I agree with that. But moving from where we were into where we ended, I would actually throw Viv in there too. I think both of them were a little over their heads. But that's not to say you still can't have a great showing. And like,
but that's what I mean. Like, I think they showed out.
100%. And what better season to be in over your head than the one where you can't go home? So that you can keep showing up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And then the aforementioned Jinx versus Monet to switch. I've already forgotten. Like, I had already forgotten that was the song. Yeah. And I've already forgotten what it was. Jinx had the leopard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was like a leopard and then like hot pink caftan.
I was a little surprised she didn't have a trick, because Monet had a trick. That jumpsuit, whatever Monet was wearing, with the exposed thighs or hips, that was crazy.
Great. All of their looks all night. They, despite having only one runway, they all did have like at least 3 looks, and it was great.
And I thought it was a little interesting that the last 2 lip syncs they got to prep for. They weren't sprung on them.
Well, those were the ones that were like for the win. So I get it.
So from there, I am going to pull up the runway.
Okay. They wrote buzzwords for each look.
Okay. So I'm starting. First is Jada. Yeah.
This like white, silver, sparkly.
It's a little simpler than I was anticipating. Well, it's not.
So fringy.
It's rich. Like it's very like Josephine Baker.
That is exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah? Josephine Baker.
It's like, okay, the sleeves. Yeah. Okay.
It's great. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's very her whole pageant thing, but elevated.
But, I mean, look, my favorite sweet flavor is vanilla. So sometimes classic, sometimes
that's what you want. And the finger
like
wave
pristine.
wig and everything. It's fantastic.
Raja. This is fantastic.
I loved it. It reminds me of a mantis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's very Mugler. It's very McQueen. It's very...
Well, it's beautiful. It's kind of weird. It's like, she was like, I wanted to remind people who Raja was. I think it worked. I thought it was great.
It also, considering that I said it's very Mugler, it's very McQueen, it feels like a thing, but I don't feel like I've seen it a million times.
Sure.
I don't know. Yeah, I like it. Well, I think it's Mugler. I think that there's a dress like this with butterfly wings, and so for her to go the insect route,
yeah,
is very good. And obviously the makeup, I can't even imagine. Those contacts must kill.
Oh, they're probably horrible.
I love her so much. She's so regal. Okay, Vivian.
Yeah. It wasn't my favorite. I liked it. It was giving Veronica Lake. It's not my favorite, but I'm glad she feels good.
I like it, but I think it needs something.
It does need like one or two more things.
It needs like a pop of color, or I almost wish that it had like big bejeweled nipples or something.
Yeah, like I almost wish the nude, like the nude part, I wish it wasn't nude.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was a color, or like you said, jeweled somehow.
Yeah. I mean, it's very pretty, and I love
pretty.
her makeup. I absolutely love this like neon eyeshadow nude lip thing. Evie, oh my god.
She looks like a cake. It's incredible.
I saw the close-up of her face, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Oh my god.
It's like a whole ass cake. It's
Sugar
fantastic.
Plum, Marie Antoinette.
Yep.
Like, Beauty and the Beast PR guest. I love it. Evie! Ah!
Yeah. That's the thing for her too, is that she knows what she does and she knows her lane and she stays in it.
She, like, the crown.
Yeah.
The first one where she came out with the melted wax crayons.
Yep.
The crowns.
Yep.
That's okay. Okay. Jinx loves this, like, leg.
Yeah. Well, it's also, I love this, like, sort of John William Waterhouse medieval thing she's been doing for, like, the last 3 runways. It's really cool. It's really impressive. I love the sword. I don't know. The whole thing works for me. It's
not 100% showstopper for me, but I think it's excellent. I mean, I think it is absolutely, it fits I like this blue, the blue and silver. Yeah.
Yep. That's, like I'm saying, Waterhouse. It's exactly one of those paintings.
Oh my god.
Monet.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is like Wakanda. Oh my god.
She said like
amazing.
Afrofuturistic, I think she said. I totally agree. I think it's fantastic. I love the little detail here in the face. It's fantastic.
That is so good.
Yeah.
And I do not feel like I have seen it
million
times before.
No, it's super great.
That's fantastic. Ooh. It's not as tricked out as it could be, but it's a very solid, just beautiful dress. Okay.
I'm obsessed with it.
Are you really? Are you?
I really, really am. And, like, I'm obsessed with it. It's also the second time she's made me obsessed with the color yellow. Which I don't like.
It suits her very well.
It suits her so amazing.
She has a very warm skin tone.
Yeah.
Especially in this shot. Her relationship to color stories, to color blocking, to remember the veil with the gardening, all of it. And now that I'm thinking, her usage of color is very excellent, but also very unique to her.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, I feel like I could be given an abstract color block and be like, this is Shea Coulee.
This is Shea Coulee.
Yeah, like I said, it's not quite as stunty the way that I was anticipated. Well, it's not.
It kind of is, though. Yeah, it's like big and it's like sort of billowy and it's like, I don't know. I was really, really weirdly obsessed with it.
It doesn't look like a costume in a
No.
way that's something that, like, that could be a runway.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. Already. I don't love the front. I like
Yeah.
from the back she's giving me Sadie Frost, Lucy
Sure.
in Dracula.
Yeah.
And even like fucking Amy Yazbek in Robin
Sure.
Hood.
Yeah.
Like, but the and it's very Trinity, the showgirl straps and stuff. Yeah. I think I wish it was a little bit more the dress the white dress I'm talking about from Dracula. I think I wish it was, because everybody does her wedding / burial gown.
Yeah.
But we don't get the white one or the snake dress very often.
She get the snake dress so much more often.
I like it.
It's not my favorite. It goes for me. It goes with the Vivian's dress. It's not my favorite, but it's great.
Yeah, it's two dresses. I like the side than the back dress more than I like the J-Lo spangly bodysuit part of it.
Sure.
She also, I just thought Trinity was a blonde bombshell. I did not know she was so versatile with her wigs. And I kind of like the strawberry on her.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Yeah, I don't know. It was excellent. I had a fantastic time. I think I am solid with the winners. I think that totally works for
Jinx
me.
Took it all, and Raja got $50,000.
You're very fixated on. Are you manifesting $50,000?
$50,000. Here are all the places you can give us $50,000.
These Legos and
they don't
Disney
buy
dolls
themselves.
Do not
all
buy
of this,
themselves.
It ain't cheap.
I'm very committed to my aesthetic. Yeah, I don't have a profound note to end on because the whole, like I said, everything's been so great and so gay. So on that note, nice. Watch this space for more. We are staring down the barrel of another season of American Horror Story. We are currently watching American Horror Stories.
Sure are.
We'll have some form of Mike Flanagan chaos coming in the fall.
October, yeah. We're gonna do the Sandman, I think.
We are. I watched
there's some gay in that. There's some gay stuff in that.
And then we'll be back for season 15 in January.
Sure will. Yeah.
It will be here so much quicker
so
than you
fast.
think.
So fast. Like, we are, honest to God, it's going to be August in 2 days. We're staring down the barrel of Christmas, if we're being honest. Go round the corner.
So, all right. Like and subscribe. And thank you. And we love you. And goodbye.
Bye.
New friends are silver and old friends are gold. Something, something, but keep the old.
Now you're just saying like the Girl Scouts song.
I'm so excited. I've always wanted to do these shelves because I have up there.
Ooh.
I have my police station and Cinderella, and you can see my Iron Man and Captain Marvel and Hades.
Yeah. Love it.
You can leave that in, Will. And all my witch shit.
Ah.
Aphrodite and Athena.